8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
What's going on, guys? I'm Michael and welcome back to the channel. I just got done watching Oppenheimer in IMAX. This is the latest epic from director Christopher Nolan, as it tells the story of J. Robert Oppenheimer and his involvement during the Atom Project in World War II. This is his story through and through, as we follow his perspective through everything he went through during the Atom Project and even some stuff in his personal life. If you guys know me, Christopher Nolan is my favorite director of all time. Movies like Inception and The Dark Knight, along with Memento, are some of my favorite movies of all time, and I was highly anticipating the release of Oppenheimer ever since it was first announced back in October of 2021. I was really curious to see what Nolan's take on a biopic would be. If you guys know, like years ago, I think it was back in the early 2000s, Nolan was set to make a Howard Hughes biopic with Jim Carrey set the star as the titular character, but Martin Scorsese beat him to it with The Aviator, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, and out of respect, he just was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. Maybe I'll save it for later. So this is his first ever biopic, and he decided to go with J. Robert Oppenheimer, and I must say, I'm really glad that he did. This is a phenomenal movie through and through. At 3 hours and 9 seconds long, it never drags. Cillian Murphy in here is amazing as J. Robert Oppenheimer. It was almost kind of uncanny just to see like how accurate he looked to the real historical figure. Loved his performance in this. You could just really tell, like, just with like the dread in his eyes, and just witnessing everything that has happened with the bomb and other things going on in his personal life. It really goes deep into his character, and for someone who doesn't really know a whole lot about J. Robert Oppenheimer, I was thoroughly invested throughout this entire movie, and I definitely want to read some more about him going forward. But man, it's like acting here. I mean, we have Cillian Murphy, of course, but I mean the cast here is stacked, and they all do a splendid job. Some of them are only in 1 or 2 scenes, but when they're there, they are there, and they bring their A game, and they leave a lasting impact on here. But the story was told very well. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Dunkirk on how that story was told. I mean, with like the different perspectives and different timelines. I thought it all mashed very well together at the end. And of course, I got to talk about the cinematography from Hoyt van Hoytema. This is the first ever movie to be shot with black and white IMAX, and I think the sequences in here are just absolutely mesmerizing. I really want to see this in IMAX 70mm, maybe for my third viewing of this. Like, just those sequences alone, like the IMAX sequences, and while they're testing out the bomb, I thought that was very cool. And added to it was Ludwig Göransson's score. He did the score for Tenet, Christopher Nolan's last film, and here he brings his A game. Like, each track is memorable in its own right, and it really added to the intensity of the situation with everything going on with Oppenheimer. But man, this I gotta say, right now, this is the most powerful movie of 2023. Like, I think it is an absolute masterpiece. It pretty much blends everything that Christopher Nolan has done for the past 2 decades, really, all put into one film just masterfully. Right now, I must say, I think this is my favorite film from Chris Nolan. I haven't really felt this way in a while about a movie that just has so much impact with everything that just goes on in it. Like, this is a movie that deserves to be seen on the biggest screens possible, whether that be IMAX 70mm, or another premium large format like Dolby Cinema. Go out to see this in theaters. It is absolutely worth it, especially for people who don't really go to the movie theaters that much. I would highly recommend watching Oppenheimer. Just keep a note that it is a very long movie, and at times it is pretty hard to watch just with everything unfolding, but it is masterfully done. I would 100% recommend going to go see this in theaters. And with that said and done, I'm going to be giving Oppenheimer an A+. All right, I gotta head back inside the movie theater because I'm seeing Barbie in less than an hour. This is actually my second viewing of the movie. As the recording of this video, I saw it last night during the Barbie blowout party. But I'm just like, you know what? In order to complete the prophecy of Barbenheimer, this entire meme that has been going on for a few weeks now, or even a year, ever since these movies were announced to be coming out the same day, I'm like, you know what? I gotta see both movies back to back, and that's pretty good because I actually really enjoyed Barbie. That review will be out here pretty soon. But with all that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed this little mini vlog and mini review of Oppenheimer, and I'll see you all on the next one.